And now, Lisa, you've moved over into mentoring and coaching. Is there some thread, do you think, that connects that original start that you had into what must be an amazing career now by supporting people with mentoring and coaching?
The thread that connects it is the thread of inclusion in the workplace. So, in between that practice of law and what I'm doing now, I really came to believe that it was through workplace relationships where people needed to connect with people who were different from them in some substantial way that you really started to see these workplaces that were transformative from a belonging standpoint, right? And so it was through this lens of DEI that I realized that creating structure for workplace relationships, which is really what mentoring does, allows people to develop better leadership skills, to create better workplaces, and then to advance their own careers in a way that's much more holistic. And so, though I don't know that I could have pointed to where I am now when I was practicing law, I think that station in between is what links the two.
I think you can explore this point. What is the main difference between coaching and mentoring?
hmm Yeah, it's a great question, Andresa, and one that I get a lot. So they are related. They are definitely uh, kind of sisters, if you will, and there's a lot of overlap. I like to say that all great mentors are coaches, but not all great coaches are mentors. So here's what I mean by that. Um, Coaching is a skill that is something that is much more performance based. It is short term. It is driven by the tools that the coach brings to the relationship. Mentoring, on the other hand, is long term, it's developmental. The mentee drives the learning. And in fact, I think the easiest way to differentiate the two is to think about the fact that mentoring has three characteristics. It's a learning relationship. Learning, I say often, very often, is the purpose, the process, and the product of mentoring, right? Without learning, it's not a mentoring relationship. There is reciprocity. We know that mentors give and mentees get, mentees give and mentees get. And so there's this mutuality that is not present in a coaching relationship. And then there's this idea of co creation. I call it the funny math of mentoring, that one plus one equals three. Right. So you have the mentor, you have the mentee, and then you have the mentoring relationship that the
Oh.
mentor and the mentee co-create together. And that's really what distinguishes it from coaching. The coaching relationship is not co-created in that sense of mutuality that the mentoring relationship is created in.
I think mentoring is about walking together to glean this experience. So both
Yes,
experiences. So excellent. Because
Lisa.
sometimes in the coach, we use the experience from the coach, not the coachee. But in mentor, you use the experience from mentor and mentee, as you say, one plus one, three. So I like this. So thank you. Wow, good.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And that's a really good point, Andresa. It's not about the transfer of knowledge, as some might think. When we think about mentors, that we think about Yoda, this idea of like that this one person exists who has the wisdom of all the stages and all the ages just to transfer onto somebody. But really, the beauty of mentoring is it's about more than just sharing your knowledge and your wisdom. It is about learning together and co-creating that relationship, and the data really supports it. It's so exciting to see data continue to come out to show that mentoring improves career satisfaction for mentors, leadership skills for mentors, cultural competency for mentors. And it's not just the satisfaction of giving back. There really are tangible benefits that a mentor gets as well.